Thanks for clicking on State of the City. My name is Todd Prafke, and I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video blog, whether it's on YouTube or off our Facebook page or maybe off our website. Thanks for taking the time. My goal here, well, I really have two missions today. First of all, to talk about the workshop from Tuesday night, so a couple of evenings ago. It wasn't on Monday because of the Labor Day holiday, then we met on Tuesday. And then also to provide some tidbits of information that I hope you'll find useful over the next week or two or three or four. So let me get started first of all with the council workshop. Here's a picture of the council workshop agenda, and you can read the things on there, and so I'll talk about those just a little bit. The first one was the Public Works presentation on tour. We do take the council members out on tour throughout the warmer months here, and they tour a bunch of different facilities, the community center, maybe a water plant, wastewater plant, but Public Works was one of the stops. And so Pete Moulton, our new Public Works Director, and his team toured us around. It was great for the council members to see the facilities and see much of the equipment. A really worthwhile experience for about 45 minutes to an hour. It's very helpful for them to see some of the things that we do, some of the locations where we're at, and some of the ways that we provide service, and this is a great opportunity for us to do that. You'll see the second item there was the Coalition of Greater Minnesota Cities. Bradley Peterson, who's a lobbyist for the Greater Minnesota Cities, the Coalition of Greater Minnesota Cities, was there to talk about some of their initiatives from the past legislative session and some of the things that they've talked about going forward into the next legislative session. And certainly local government aid, which is really important to you as a taxpayer here in St. Peter, environmental issues, water quality issues, a number of different things he talked about, including transportation. And so it was great for the council to interact with him and to give some perspective about what goes on at the state legislature, what some of the coalition members, which include the city of St. Peter, are doing, what they're thinking, how they're talking, communicating with the state legislature. And so that was really worthwhile. One of the other discussions that the council had, and this is the second discussion of that type, was about the 2016 preliminary budget and levy. This should be very important to you if you're a taxpayer. And so if you go on our website, you can see this packet, and there's approximately 60-some pages of information related to the projected levy for 2016 in the budget. So I'm going to flip open a couple of pages here and show that on the screen. And so this is some of the stuff. I can talk about the details of the budget and be happy to visit, come to your group and talk more about it, but frankly most of you want to know, how's it going to impact me? What's going on with the city? How is that going to impact me? And so what you see here is a table on your screen, and it shows home valuations. And so we're starting over here on this side, and if you can find your valuation on your home, we have a box here around $150,000 home. So we are increasing the levy by about $113,000 as compared to last year. That will have the impact on a $150,000 home of about $16.09, so approximately $16. So the amount of money that we're looking to raise as a part of the levy is what property taxpayers here in St. Peter pay for the services that they receive from the city, will be about $16 more on a $150,000 house. So that's the impact. That 113 is what we're raising the levy. Let me show you one other tidbit of information. Let me find it here, make sure I got the right spot. This sheet is what we call the tax theory sheet, and there are lots of impressive numbers on here, but I'm going to get you to the bottom area because this is really more what you're looking for. So this shows a little bit of history over the past couple of years, and so this number is last year at about 46 is our tax rate, 46.79. In the olden days we used to call that the mill rate, but now it's called the tax rate. And that $113,000 increase, that means about $16 on a $150,000 house, means our tax rate will go to 48.06. You can see the couple of years before that, this is for 15, this is for 14, this is for 13, and this is for 12. And so you can see our levy, our tax rate, has been pretty level. Not big ups, not big downs. When we could go down, we went down. When we needed to go up, we went up. And so this information, along with lots of other tables and charts and just a boatload of information about what we're planning to buy, what projects we're planning to undertake, how that's being funded, where revenue is coming from, are all included in this council packet. So I'd really encourage you to take a look at it. If you have an interest in what the city budget is, this is a great place to get all of that information. We're happy to talk with you too. It's a great place, though, to get this information for 2016. Now, if you want to see how we've done in the past, you can certainly go onto our website, and under the finance department, you can find the auditors' reports and their management reports over the last few years as well are all electronically stored there, so you can look them up. They have some great tables and charts that might be of value for you if you have a great interest in this. So anyway, watch for more information on this. As the council takes action on this upcoming Monday to approve a preliminary levy, you need to know that they're setting that levy at a certain level, and in the future, between now and December, it could go down, but it cannot go up. They're setting the highest point. I will tell you, though, practically, the council over the last 15 or so years has not made substantial adjustments between this time in September and December, when the final decision must be made under the law. Frankly, we know a lot about the budget. We've been doing this for a long time. We have a clear understanding of what the council's goals are. They have a clear understanding about what resources are necessary to provide the services. And we don't see a lot of things, unless there's some kind of disaster that comes up between now and December, is going to change this budget plan substantially. So anyway, if you have more questions, let us know. We're happy to visit about it. And I'm writing in the hot sheet about it, and you'll see a lot more information in the newspaper and other places as well. So watch for that. We also talked about part-time probationary employees. That was also on the list, as well as EDA policy update, and really mentioning to the council that the city school show and tell was going to occur, which just occurred last night. So I'm going to spin around here. This is one of the maps that was shown last night that really gave I hope people a great opportunity to see where their money was going to be spent. What things were looking like, how many ball fields, what's the high school going to look like, what's access going to look like. Now this picture represents the full future development. All of this won't happen on day one, but much of this will. And so if you have more questions about that, we're happy to visit about it. For those of you that attended the show and tell, thanks for attending. God, we had a really nice turnout. I'd say upwards of 250 people. And so that was great to talk with some of the folks, some of the neighbors that have concerns about access, safety, tree lines, all those kind of things. Some of the folks came that just wanted to see that picture of the new school, which is important. Some folks were interested about where were soccer fields, or how about softball? How's all that going to get handled? And so I'm glad we had the chance to visit with a lot of folks about that. If you want more information about this one, let us know. But you should also be aware that we're putting together a website with this image and a lot of the images that were there last night. And so there'll be a link from our website end of this week, beginning of next week, or also the school district's website, since we're cooperating on this effort. And so watch for that if you want to see an image, or you want to get more of a close-up picture. You'll be able to zoom in and do some of that stuff. So anyway, watch for that. Now, some tidbits of information. I want to mention to folks that this weekend is Rock Bend Folk Festival, really one of the premier outdoor music festivals in southern Minnesota, and they have a great lineup this year. They really do. And John Gainey and all the directors and board members and volunteers that work at Rock Bend do such a tremendous job. They come to us and seek some help, and we're happy to help them. It just is a fun time, and the weather's supposed to be great, so I'd encourage you to stop by Minnesota Square Park and check it out. You can go on their website and see all the acts and what time they're supposed to go on, but they have just a great lineup, and there's lots of fun there, food to eat, things to drink, and it's going to be just, again, wonderful weather. So check out the Rock Bend Folk Festival, one of those things that makes St. Peter very special. We also want to mention the Boomer Expo. So the Boomer Expo used to be called the Senior Expo. Now it's called the Boomer Expo, and that's going to be September 17th. And there's some great things going on. There's free music. Our own St. Peter, Ron Arsenal, is going to be there with his partner doing stuff that's a lot of fun and very entertaining for folks for music. And then also one of the keys this year is going to be Jim Klobuchar is going to be there. The author from the Star Tribune and from books and other things is going to be there and talk a little bit about some of his experiences and some of the wonderful things that he's done and share great stories. I've heard him speak many times. He's a wonderful storyteller. So if you're a boomer or not and you want to see him, it's a great opportunity to go there. I think he's I think he goes on about 4 in the afternoon for the Boomer Expo. That Boomer Expo, again, is on September 17th. and it's at the St. Peter Community Center. So check that one out. I also want to mention the Pause Walk, which is October 24th, if I remember right. So if you want more information on that, there's a number of ways to get information on it, but one way is to check out our website, and you can search under Pause, P-A-W-S, and it'll get you some more information. So before I go, here we are. You can email me at, there you see it, there's our website, there's our Facebook page. We would love it if you like us. So check out all the things we've got going on our website and our Facebook page. And with that, I'm going to sign off for today. Thanks for clicking on State of the City. Have a wonderful next week or so. Bye-bye.